Hello and happy Sunday. Another Sunday has arrived, or it's half of the Sunday actually already. And yes, today I'm going to share with you a little bit of wisdom from my grandma. I've got two grandmas and they both 95. One of them lives independently and she's doing really well, and the grandma I'm going to talk about, unfortunately she is deteriorating at the moment, and soon she will be called home. So I pray for a peaceful transition for her, because she really deserves it. I think we could have learned from older generations so much, but I wanted to take this moment to praise them for their bravery and strength, because many of them lived through wars, like my grandmas. And today I just want to share a few key points I have learned now from my lovely grandma, especially my mom's mom. So my grandma lived through two wars, and when she was a child and young adult, she went through poverty, lack of food for days, homelessness. At some point they didn't have anywhere to live, and when they were children as a family, and they had to sleep outside. And also she went through a life with quite abusive and alcoholic husband as well. But in all those life storms she would say, it's from my personal observation when I used to go and visit her, and what she would tell to my mom some little stories. So she would go to work each morning during the war times and would have to pass through dead bodies of mainly soldiers who fought during the night. So she would always say to my mom, after what she went through in her life, that nothing will break or surprise her anymore. She worked really hard. I think all of that, older generations, they did work really, really hard, raising 4 children at the same time, and working at the hospital and looking after the house. And those are the things that I have noticed in her everyday living, as I remember. So she was very frugal, actually, with everything, and that's something it stayed with her because of the struggles she went through in her life, not having enough and really starving and living through the difficult times. No food was wasted. She never wasted any food. She always cooked her food at home. It was very simplified food. She lived very simplified life as well, and actually adjusted to her circumstances. And even about the food, like the food was cooked at home, and I used to grow up with food being cooked at home. We didn't have like restaurants like we have now. We didn't have McDonald's even when I was growing up yet. It's arrived later on. We didn't have all those things and all this junk we have now, and it's just everywhere. And one rule she had, my grandma, was that she would never argue with anyone. She would just say it's a waste of time and energy and can cause a lot of stress and illness. So I never remember her arguing with anybody. She was also very strong mentally. After all she went and throughout her life storms, she was very, very strong mentally. She also never talked badly about others, and she had a close relationship with God, with Jesus. She prayed and talked to him like a friend. She would go to church as well, but I remember her praying and talking to God, and didn't complain about her life or blamed anyone for her circumstances. I never heard her saying that. She also really loved to sing in the kitchen, especially when she was preparing food. And I believe that God blessed her with long life without any major health issues, and gave my mom to actually look after her in her advanced years after my dad's passing away. So if we listen to stories and wisdom of our elders, I think we would realize how brave they were living in such difficult circumstances, and reflect on our personal lives we're living now. Look around our homes and see how much we do have. We have too much stuff. How much we waste, how much wastes our money on stuff and things we buy that we don't even need. How many people actually don't appreciate what they've got, and they always want more and more. How much food is wasted in our world today as well. Lots of stressing, and a lot of the stressing comes as well from things that are not really important in our lives. And yes, there are still some parts of the world that people really do suffer, and we can't even imagine that because if you live like me in this kind of country where there is some difficulties now, but there is so much abundance and there is so much of everything. Even if I look around my house, I have too much stuff. I still have too much stuff, even though I declutter my stuff every 6 months. I go through my things and I want to get rid of more, but I still think I have too much. And I just wanted to, for all of us to reflect, just think for a moment, would we be able to handle what they had to handle, older generation? And are we as strong mentally as they were? Because I think we couldn't handle many things they went through. People complain because they can't buy this or that. Yes, we obviously do need things, the food and everything, but how less they had, and how much we do have, and we are not even happy with our lives. Not many people are happy with our lives. And I have to say that since God transformed my life, especially the last year, that's why I am sharing this with you, because I think it's quite important. This is my journey I really want to share. And if you've been here for some time, you know the journey, you know how it all started, and I am here now. I definitely think less is more. I value the connections and communities, and then wasting my time on social media, scrolling and looking at boring posts, because most of the time they were boring. There are still some nice posts, but that's why it was another main reason why I actually got rid of social media. Unless there is a value in what I watch or who I follow. I only watch or follow only people, or I watch videos that will bring value, and I'm going to learn something from that. I don't waste my time on watching unnecessary stuff, that it's boring, that it doesn't bring anything. I don't learn anything from it. So I would say be grateful for what you got. Look around you. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Live simply. Life can be really simple, but we overcomplicate it. I think majority of time we overcomplicate our life. Cherish your family time, because time goes so fast. And I just remember it was yesterday. My grandma was 80. 70, 80, and she was so sweet. I would go and visit her. Even when I moved to UK, I would go to visit her and give her some money and buy her some food, because I wanted to support her and help her. And she was so sweet. She never wanted to accept anything, but it just brought me so much joy. And I still remember her yummy, simplified soups with a slice of bread, and her lovely cup of tea, just a really simple cup of tea, and conversations I had with her. and her being so calm and never complained, and it's such a treasure. Like I really wish I was like her, and thank God for every day. We have to really thank God for every day, for His guidance, for His love and strength to go through those life storms, and really start appreciating what we do have. Like I said, every generation has its own challenges, but I still think that what they had to go through and how they came out of it, seeing so much death, suffering, going through poverty, hunger, and abuse and all that stuff. I don't know if I could handle that like they would handle it. And it gives me this kind of idea of I shouldn't really complain most of the time about my life or things that actually are not important. So that's why I choose this life now. I choose the life with God. I choose to simplify my life. I choose to spend my time with family and people who actually I value and who do care about me, and enjoying the little hobbies and little things in my life, because I don't know for how long I'm going to be here. And even the health in today's world is such a riches, is such a blessing, because living up to 90 or 80, it's a blessing in today's world. It's a blessing. And I want to follow a bit in my grandma's, both of my grandma's actually footsteps, where food was cooked at home, keeping it really simple, not overflowing my house with unnecessary stuff and things, and not take lots of personal things as well, and don't argue with people, because today as well stress is number one, and lots of health issues and mental health as well. And I pray and I talk to God every single day to give me strength and guidance, and I thank Him for everything I've got, because it is important. I think it is important. We do miss going through our life chasing constantly something, and we do miss all those blessings, and then life passes us by and we have lots of regrets. And I think as well, appreciating what you have, because at the end of the day, my grandma, she had a house, she had after she had somewhere to live, and she enjoyed going out every single day. I think that's what kept her as well going and focus. She would go every single day to buy a loaf of bread, to go to the shop. She would dress always nicely. She would curl her hair. She wanted to look nice, and just to go out and even just to buy a loaf of bread. So she had a purpose in her life as well. And that's another thing. People now talk about you can retire by 30, become a millionaire and stuff. Okay, you can retire by 30 if you wanted to, but make sure you have a purpose. And even me of thinking, do I want to retire? What is retirement? You still have to do something in life. You have to have purpose in life. That's what keeps you going. And the last thing, don't forget, please pray over your food you eat now. We really have to pray over our food, because especially we don't know where the food comes from. We used to grow our own, and we used to use local farmers and everything. I still try here, but it's much, much difficult now. Pray over your food, bless your water, whatever you eat, whatever you drink, just bless it and thank God for it. And let's don't complain about silly stuff, and let's be grateful. If you have health, please be grateful. Be grateful for your health. Health is number one riches in today's world. With health comes strength, and you can always find a job, you can always do something when you have health. And family. And if you have loving family around you, don't abandon them. Don't abandon your parents. Like, be there for them. Be helpful. And just enjoy your life. Enjoy every moment. And yes, there are some, moments in our life when we're not going to enjoy. We're going to cry if someone dies. And I know that my grandma is going to transition soon. I was upset today. I was actually crying, but I'm praying for her now to transition smoothly, because she really deserves this. She was such a lovely person, and I know that I'm still going to cry even though she's 95. I am going to cry because this is normal part of this life. We don't want people to leave, and it's very sad when they leave. I think it doesn't matter in the age as well. I think it's still hard. It's still hard for family, for someone who as well goes too early with illness. So thank you so much for watching. Happy Sunday, and have a good, blessed new week. And I will speak to you soon. God bless, and take care of yourself and your loved ones.